Hi guys, it's Lizzie from the Academy team and I am currently in Turkey with Sony attending an event which hopefully means I'm going to get hands-on with the A9 III and the 300mm, but I'm going to take you along for the day and we'll see what we get up to. Let's go! So I have just managed to grab my hands on the A9 III and also the FE 300mm F2.8 G Master, and I've got to say, first impressions, this is an incredibly light lens for the focal length that it is, and actually I've had no problem today shooting handheld, which is just really nice when you consider how long the focal length is and that I'm shooting on a full frame camera. Now I know that it's mirrorless, but still. Now, headline spec then for the A9 III, it is a world's first global shutter imaging sensor, full frame, which means that we get distortion-free rendering and also flicker-free shooting, which is just awesome. It's also 120 frames per second continuous burst shooting, which is fantastic for sports and it's kind of convenient with the Olympics happening next year. But with that, it's also blackout free and we have that AI-powered autofocus, subject recognition, again with the 120 frames per second. That also works in JPEG and RAW shooting. I have been using it today briefly. We've done some kind of hurdle shooting and some long jump, and it's just been incredible. We've also got pre-capture on here, and there's also a burst kind of speed enhancer mode, which I will maybe try and show you a close-up, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to, just where you can go from maybe 30 or 60 frames per second, so you don't eat up all the space on your memory card or have too many of the same photo, and then quickly switch at the tap of a custom button into the 120 frames per second as soon as you start to see the action happening or the moment that you want to capture, which is just incredible really. Now there is tons of other features packed into this camera, but those were kind of the ones that I wanted to touch on quickly just while I've got time, but we are heading off now to go and shoot something different, so let's keep going. The Sony A9 III is a phenomenal piece of kit, and I just want to expand a little bit more detail the significance of that full frame global shutter, predominantly when shooting moving subjects. With a global shutter, all of the sensor's pixels are exposed at the same time globally, versus the rolling shutter, which will expose the sensor pixels in a rolling motion from top to bottom. Now, if nothing's moving in your scene, then there's pretty much no difference to the end result, but if something is moving, then the different pixel rows record its position at different times and places, which leads you to that rolling shutter effect, or simply put, the subject being distorted, and with a global shutter, this doesn't happen. What else is new? Well, the A9 III also features a maximum shutter speed of an 80,000th of a second, and flash sync is possible at that speed too. We've got 8-stop optical 5-axis image stabilization, an ISO range of 250 to 25,600, expandable to 51,200 in stills, 6K oversampling for 4K 60 movie recording, as well as 4K 120 without cropping, 10-bit 422 S-Log3 and S-Cinetone, a 9.44 million dot OLED viewfinder, and a 4-axis multi-angled monitor. The design of the body has also been given an update to suit larger hands, with a deeper grip and a more aggressive position of the shutter button. As I briefly mentioned before, there's also a new custom button which has been added to the front, and this allows you to easily boost your shooting speed while still having the camera up to your eye. There's up to 20 IPTC presets and clearer voice memo recording too. That's it, my time here with Sony is over as I'm just packing up to head off to the airport, but I did want to end this video by just saying I know that this was a really brief introduction to both of these new products, so if you did want to find out any more information on either the Sony a9 III or the Sony FE 300mm F2.8 GM OSS Lens, then head on over to jessops.com now, or pop into your nearest store where one of our experts will be more than happy to help. Hopefully in the future, when there is some full working models, as these were pre-production, which we were shooting on today, I can do a slightly more in-depth review for you. But until then, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and smash that bell icon so you can stay up to date on all of our latest content. And thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you back in the UK. Bye.